Settings for YouTube. And now we're live for the second episode of the John Allen podcast. And today we have a special guest, Tyler Sapp. Hello, Sapp.
Hello, how are you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. What was I going to say? I'm gonna wait for a couple people to get into here, and while we're waiting, we have some questions. The first question we got was asking about how you were so good at shooting the primitive bow.
Just, I'm a god. It's a bow's a funny story there. Dylan, Dad, Iskatina's husband, actually made that bow for me.
Dylan Simmons' dad?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Brian. He made a knife for me, like hand forges these knives and stuff. And a little forge he's got, and he built that bow. He's very primitive.
Really?
Likes to do all that stuff.
That's actually kind of crazy.
Pretty good at it too. That knife's pretty good.
That's kind of crazy. Hello, Caleb. We like you. Appreciate your comments. All right. First thing that we're gonna do is the NBA tier list. So you can pull that one up.
Didn't send me that one, I don't think. Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Never mind, my bad.
It's the starting. What's it called? The starting lineup tier list. So I'm going to split screen these if I can. No, I don't need to. Hold on. I just need to do this. Wait a second. Okay. And then okay, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, I only got about like a gigabyte of upload speed, so I wasn't sure how this would work, but it seems to be working fine.
Yeah, it actually is, so that's actually really good. Okay, so here's all
My camera's really, really good, so.
Yeah, it is. I can see you really well. It's better than my $25 thing on Amazon.
Well, it's a Sony Alpha 6100X.
See, I don't know much about cameras.
Mirrorless.
That is pretty good.
The $700 camera.
Sheesh. Okay, Sap, do you have the
With
NBA?
to take pictures with and stuff.
Do you have a take? Hold on.
I do.
Wait, do you have a take pictures with it?
Have what?
Do you have a take pictures with the camera? Like just random pictures?
Yeah.
Oh. Is that what you take pictures of Mira with?
Quite a bit. Sometimes, when we went to the park back in the fall, I would go take some with her.
Got you. Alright, is your list order like Steph Curry, Lonzo Ball, Patrick Beverly, Darius Garland, Kobe White, like the same order?
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna start from Mike Conley all the way at the bottom. And we'll start with Mike Conley. Where would you put him on this list?
Okay. He's on the Jazz, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes, correct.
I think he's a solid starter. I think that's where I would put him at.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean he's good. He carried Memphis for a while.
Yeah. He made an all-star team for the first time this year. So that's pretty solid.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Well deserved. Should have been there probably a few of those years in Memphis.
Probably. More than likely. Alright, De'Aaron Fox, where you got him?
He's young. So, of course, he did just request a trade from the Kings.
Did he really?
Or so I heard.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter the other day. Like, he was unhappy with the coaching.
Yeah.
So, I was like a little spoiled brat. Maybe, but anyways.
He did win Western Conference Player of the Week last week.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah.
He's good, no doubt. I think he's. I want to say he's a solid starter, but is he? Definitely think he's solid starter, average. He's fantastic. I mean, he's he's good.
Right.
Is he better than these other ones? That's kind of the things you gotta
think
about.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's put him in the average, and we can always move him once we get to other people.
I got you.
I think that's for me, average.
CP3.
CP3. So, as just a point guard, he's best of the best to me.
Right.
He's old school point guard. Facilitate the ball, take care of the ball, make everybody around him better.
For sure.
And that's to me what a point guard is.
Yeah.
So,
I have to agree there. And he's having one of his best
every team
seasons.
he's ever been on. Oh yeah, every team he's ever been on, he's made better instantly. Now, do I think he's a clutch guy? That's to be determined. He's never been to NBA Finals, but every team he's ever played on is instantly become better or held that level of consistency.
That's true. Especially the Suns this year. He made them a lot better.
Yeah. Any team that Chris Paul's on is going to be better than what they were before without him.
Right. And he's probably one of the best passes of all time.
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic.
All right.
Basketball IQ.
Very high. Probably one of the highest in the NBA. Definitely top 5. Or top 3 for sure.
Sure.
All right. Ja Morant.
He's a star.
Star? Yeah.
Dude, he's usually athletic.
It's unreal.
Take control of anything.
Yup.
It's fantastic.
I don't know. He'll be an MVP one day, probably. If he continues to develop and get better.
He'll be an MVP candidate for sure.
Oh, for sure, yeah. If he gets a better jump shot, I don't know. He's a really good passer, good rebounder, and he can score at will. Well, yeah.
He's super athletic.
Yeah.
So anytime you have that, it helps.
Yep. Derrick Rose.
This one right here hits for me here. Because obviously, if you talk about Derrick Rose from when I was in high school, he was a freshman at Memphis my senior year. And playing with the Bulls, big fan of the Bulls, won MVP. If not for injuries, dude's the best of the best.
For sure.
But the fact that he even suffered all those injuries and came back and played well with the Pistons and playing well with the Knicks, I think he's maybe biased for me because I like him so much.
Right.
I mean, I bought his first 3 signature shoes that he had.
Yeah.
I think he's a solid starter. I think... Now, here's the thing about De'Aaron Fox, right? Do I think De'Aaron Fox is better than him? Yes.
Right.
But... So, I don't know. But solid starter for D. Rose there.
Derrick Rose is very good. Yeah, he's tough to stop. Well, he was. Even though now, it's crazy how much his game has changed and developed. Because, he started, when he won MVP, his athleticism carried him and his speed. And then, obviously he's not as athletic or as fast. So he changed his whole game to continue playing, so.
Changed his whole game up and he invented himself.
Yeah.
Be what he is today. I don't know what he averages, but I mean it's pretty good.
Got you. Okay, Markelle Fultz.
This guy, obviously, with the 76ers, dude, don't even need to be on the list. I mean, he was terrible with the 76ers. Found a new home in Orlando. I still think he's unproven because we don't really know. And the Magic are tanking now. They traded Vucevic to the Bulls and got rid of Aaron Gordon.
Right.
Who knows with him? But I think he's unproven or shouldn't be a starter. I know he played well last year and that kind of stuff, but he's still. I mean, they could draft a point guard in the draft this year, and he'd be gone.
Yeah.
So I think if you're the Magic, you got to be looking at a guard the first round.
What's his name would be a good option. The guy, I don't know what pick the Magic have, but the guy from Baylor, he's really tough. Or the guy from Illinois.
Yeah.
Ayo something. He is.
I don't know either of their names.
One's last name's Butler and one is Ayo something. Yeah, but Markelle Fultz, he was a first overall pick too, and he's terrible. Oh, it's not terrible.
It's embarrassing.
He's not terrible, obviously, but like when he was in college, he was a shooter.
No, I mean, he walks in any gym in America, he's the best player there.
Yeah.
There's not the NBA players.
Yeah, any gym except an NBA arena. But what's it called? Like I don't know. He was a shooter in college, and then he came to the NBA and he couldn't make a free throw. Like I don't know what happened there.
He had that shoulder injury.
Yeah.
Something. I can't remember exactly. That had nerve damage, if I'm remembering correctly, something like that. So I mean, obviously that's gonna hinder you.
But the way he was shooting, it don't even look good. I mean,
that thing was broke.
Yeah.
Had a hitch in it so bad.
I know. Drew Holiday.
What's he play for now?
He plays for the Pelicans now.
Pacers.
Pelicans
now.
He might have got traded to the Pacers.
Oh yeah, the one of the no, he used to play for the Pacers. One of the Holidays plays for can't remember. Anyway, so he's on the Pelicans now. Are we sure about that?
I'm about to fact check. No, okay, he's on the Bucks right now.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was on the Bucks now because he got traded last year or something like that.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday. He's good. I mean, I feel like I'm saying that about everybody. I think. I'm trying to rank these and look at their criteria and stuff like that. I try to look and see so if I had Drew Holiday. None of these other guys would he start over who I've ranked right now? And obviously, he's not going to start over Chris Paul. He's not going to start over John Morant for me. He would probably start over D Rose.
Right.
But again, I'm biased with the D Rose stuff there. So I think average. I'm gonna do average with that.
Okay. Yeah, I have to agree on that one. He's a really up and down player. Like every once in a while, I see like a really good stat about him, and then like he averages like 9 points a game. So it's like you don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, you ain't got to do much when Giannis is on your team.
Yeah, like they were like, oh, he had 11 assists. Well, yeah, I mean, he threw the ball to the guy. Yeah, he invited the ball. He took 3 steps from half court and scored. I mean,
if you're the point guard for the Bucks and Giannis doesn't touch the ball every time down, unless transition or something like that, then you need to be fired.
Yeah. I'm going to answer all the questions and comments after this tier list because there's like a lot of them right now. Okay. LeBron.
Sure, chat's going crazy. Listen, are we for real here?
I know. I don't know how they got him as a point guard, but they do.
This man is a small forward. We'll put Kevin Durant on here.
He does actually technically start as point guard for the Lakers, which is weird.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, there's not much to say about him. Best of the best.
Yeah, I was gonna say I put that one up there before you said I knew why. Kyle Lowry.
Lowry, solid starter.
Yeah.
Dude's been through a lot. Class act up there. They traded everybody away from him. Never complained until like recently,
Yeah.
Won a ring. was lights out in that final series.
He was
against Golden State. I mean, he played well. Of course, Fred VanVleet played well in that too. Anyways, Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
Great. He would be a starter on my team if I could, get him.
Right. What's it called? I just seen on
know who this next guy is down here.
You don't know who it is? Ricky Rubio?
Next guy?
Yeah, Ricky Rubio.
Oh my God. Okay.
You know him?
Could not.
He changed his look up a little.
Yes, yeah, I know, yeah. Yeah, he looks completely different, that man bun.
Yeah. Where you got him? This is one of my favorite players to watch growing up. When I was a kid, before basketball games, on the way, like on the bus, I'd look up Ricky Rubio videos and I'd watch the highlight tapes before the game. He wasn't even that good,
dude.
Bro.
But he had good highlights.
Yeah, he does.
And the handle, he could pass. All of these guys are really good and get a bad rep for playing on a terrible team.
Yeah.
At Minnesota. Just a terrible franchise from top to bottom. I did see where I think A-Rod is trying to buy them.
He is?
Something like that the other day.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards said he didn't know
who
I
think I saw that.
That's funny.
Know who A-Rod was?
Yeah, he said he didn't know. They got asked him in interview. They said, "Are you a fan?" He goes, "I don't know who that is." I was like, "Tough."
Okay. Ricky Rubio, average.
Yep, for sure.
Just as vanilla as you can be.
Seriously, but his passes are actually unreal. I remember that was actually one of my favorite things to watch. I don't know why. Like, I could have watched any other NBA point guard that threw good passes, but Damian Lillard.
Guards, best of the best.
Best of the best. I respect it. He's so good, but unproven.
Man,
he's so unproven. Well, he's not unproven. He's clutch.
Yeah. I mean, I get that.
He just hasn't won a ring, which is like the worst notch. It's not even fair.
But I mean, but who on this list have we talked about that's won a ring?
Yeah, no
LeBron and Kyle Lowry.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like it's the same kind of, and I don't like to bring up the LeBron Jordan conversation, but it's similar to the 90s and that time era. It's like, man, LeBron has been to the finals as many times as he has, win, lose, or whatever.
Right.
Like there's just not as many opportunities for these other guys to get rings. Like you can't sit here and say, oh, John Stockton's unproven because he never won a ring when he had to play Michael Jordan in the finals 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
So you gotta kind of look at that and see how it lays out and that stuff.
That's true. That is very true. Kemba.
This guy, he's robbing the Celtics right now.
Yeah, he is.
Absolutely robbing them. I think he's a good player. But is he worth his contract right now? I don't think so. So, with that being said, average.
Okay. I think Kemba had really good years.
He was a stud at UConn, though.
And at Charlotte. But
in Charlotte, yeah.
The Celtics have too many better players with more potential right now. He's holding them back. Like Tatum and Brown.
I mean, I like Brad Stevens. I think he's a great coach, but something about him and point guards just ain't meshing or something. I don't know. I mean, you had Kyrie there that was pretty much worthless for the Celtics, and then you got Kemba there now.
Yeah, that's true. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Who's he play for?
He plays for the Thunder. You don't know who he is? He's a 6'6" point guard from Hamilton Heights. I'll put him in solid stars.
They're not very good. Hamilton Heights isn't very good.
Yeah, no.
So, with that being said, hey, I know I've told you this before. You may not remember. Here's a fun fact, right? Is my senior year at high school at Bledsoe County, we played Hamilton Heights twice that year. The regular season before they were Hamilton Heights.
Right.
I mean, they just started getting going. So it was before they got the big recruits and the big time players in. I mean, they still beat us because we were terrible, but so played against Hamilton Heights in high school.
That is actually pretty cool.
So this guy, he's on the Thunder. They're terrible. Unproven.
I got you.
Man, he's a rookie, right?
I think it's his third year.
Is he a rookie or sophomore?
I think it's his third year, I want to say, but something like that, yeah. Okay. I don't even know how he's doing this year, to be honest, but I know he's having a pretty decent year. I mean, he's averaging 23, 6 and 8. So, or 6 and 6.
I mean, that's solid. That's good.
Yeah. But I mean, he's playing.
That's good numbers.
It's like Michael Carter Williams when he was a rookie. Like, his numbers are a little exaggerated because of the team he's on. Like, when Michael Carter Williams was a rookie, everyone was like, "Oh, the next great player." Like, dude, he played for a team that won 14 games. Like, someone had to score.
They thought Michael Carter Williams was like the next coming here. Yeah. I mean, it was like, this dude's 6'7".
Yeah.
Like, out here, he's on the 76ers.
Yeah.
Take a breather.
Like, dude, they're like, oh, he's averaging 16 points. Well, I mean, someone has to score. I mean, like, Devontae Graham, though.
Yeah. Devontae Graham. He plays for the Hornets, obviously.
Yes, he does. He does.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't know much about him either.
All right.
So,
unproven?
What year is he?
I think it's like his fifth
unproven,
year. Yeah, I think it's like his
year.
5th year.
I think unproven.
He's had a few years. Yeah.
He's had a few. I mean, it's obviously don't know anything about him, but unproven. But I would take everybody else on this list, besides probably Markelle Fultz, over him. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to be honest.
Oh. Crane said that we're putting respect on his boy CP3's name, which is true because, well, we are.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trae Young.
Star.
Yep. Trae Young is
You can fill it up.
He'll be.
You can fill it up. He's always been able to score.
He'll be Steph Curry in a couple years. Ben Simmons.
Yeah, well, hold up here now.
What?
Ben Simmons.
Oh.
I was going to say, like, we'll talk about your comment about Trae Young when we get to Steph Curry. Okay.
Okay.
Ben Simmons, solid starter.
Yeah.
Obviously, it helps that he's a giant.
Yep.
His jumper's a little better. So anytime, I mean, that's all he's missing, that jumper, to make the defense have to come out and get you, just to respect it, and then you can blow by him. So that jumper a little bit better. He's working on it. I don't know what the 76ers record is off the top of my head, but
I think they're pretty good this year.
Also helps that they're pretty good. It also helps that Joel Embiid is and well, last I can remember.
Nah, he's
maybe hurt. Who knows? He's injury prone.
Yeah, he is. I was just about to say, I think he got hurt like 2 weeks ago. All right, this is to me going to be the most controversial one in the whole thing. Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. So, I mean, to me, and this is, you can say the same thing with like D Rose when he was young and athletic and all that kind of stuff. Like me, I mean, I know he drops triple doubles all over the place, gets his teammates involved and all that kind of stuff, but he shoots the ball a lot.
Yeah.
Used to, and this man would shoot 35 times a game in OKC. That's not a point guard to me.
Yeah, I agree.
But once again, like you said, with Michael Carter Williams, somebody's got to score because those KC teams struggled.
Yeah.
He wasn't scoring. And the same thing with D Rose on those Bulls teams. If he wasn't scoring 30 a night, they were going to have a tough time winning games because you just weren't going to get enough scoring from Ding and Joakim Noah. My God, Joakim Noah. But I still think Russell Westbrook is a star.
A star? Okay. I don't.
I think he's a star. I mean, he's got his own shoe. Everybody knows. If even every casual fan of the NBA knows who Russell Westbrook is.
That's very true.
Oh, if people like, I don't know, somebody who doesn't watch the NBA at all, just follows sports a little bit, or is going to know who Russell Westbrook is.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. He turns the ball over a lot too. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's also not point guard like.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't like Russell Westbrook. Like, the man puts up the craziest numbers, but it's like they're all exaggerated to an extent. It's weird.
I don't like him either.
Yeah, like, he'll be wide open and, like...
You know how I said earlier I would take everybody else over that guy for the Hornets?
Yeah.
I would not take Russell Westbrook.
Over him?
Just don't think... Yeah. No, I just don't think Russell Westbrook makes your team better.
Yeah, I agree. To
me, he's there. Him.
Yep. He plays me ball.
Yeah.
He's like, they'll be like, oh, he had 14 assists. We're like, well, 6 of them he could have just scored, but he threw it to his teammate who was also wide open. Like, that's not an assist. Like, come on.
And like, what's his assist to turnover ratio?
Yeah, that's true. Probably pretty bad.
That's something we can't really look at without having the stats in front of us. But
that's true.
I'm sure it's not good.
It probably isn't. I'm looking up his stats right now, and I mean, he averaged 5 turnovers and 10 assists. So like, it's 2, but like
2 to 1.
Yeah, which is. I mean, if you average 6 assists and 3 turnovers, I mean, you're doing good. But like, still exaggerated. It's still exaggerated. Yeah. Malcolm Brogdon, whatever his name is. Okay, so
plays for the Pacers, right?
Yes, that's how he played for the Bucks, but they traded him for Drew Holiday to the Pacers, and then to the Hornets.
Traded him for Drew Holiday. Okay, where do we put Drew Holiday? Average, below average? I think that guy was right in that slot. That was I think it's a good spot for him.
I agree. Yeah. He's good. But he's really, I don't know. He dunked on Kyrie and LeBron in the same game, so I mean that's cool. Jamal Murray. Star, yeah.
Unfortunately, he just tore his ACL when the Nuggets were 8-0 or something like that, 7-0 since that Aaron Gordon trade.
That is unfortunate. Even though, I mean, some of these players, their position's a little exaggerated. I mean, the man's a shooting guard, but hey, that's not a hero nor there.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you get to the NBA, you just gotta play point guard because your height.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, just is what it is.
John Wall.
Oh, this guy, he's so old now.
He is too.
Yeah. I still think he's good. I mean, obviously he's good. He's a starter.
Right.
The Hornets are just train wreck.
Wizards.
I mean, they're 14-39 or something like that. They're obviously tanking.
Yeah.
John Wall. This dude was a star at Kentucky. Okay, he had a rap song.
Yeah.
About him.
Yep.
I mean, you know, due to John.
Well, that's what I think of every time.
So, me too. Every time I hear his name,
go
to that song. I think he's getting a little old.
He is.
I think him and Kimba come in the league together. I think average.
Average, okay.
Average.
What's it called?
Average.
He is
with the right team, he could probably be a solid starter. I mean, he's not going to be a star, but I think he can move up with the right team.
Okay. I think he didn't age well, you know. He built on speed, didn't age well.
Yeah, but you know, the poor guy's never had a chance. Once again, playing with the Wizards, the train wreck of an organization from the top down. Again, I mean, it's simply the Timberwolves of the East.
Yeah.
I mean, they're god awful.
Yeah.
Never going to be good. And poor Bradley Beal, he needs to get out of that situation.
He does.
But then you go to the Rockets and think like, hey, James Harden's here. We're gonna have a good little run. And James Harden's gone. We suck again. Waterboy style there.
Yeah.
So he's never had a fair shake, I feel.
I agree.
As far as being on a playoff contender team. If you're in the East, or however long he was in the East and never sniffed the playoffs, bad. Like, your team is bad.
Well,
I mean, even when D Rose was a rookie and a sophomore, Bulls went 41-41 and made the playoffs 2 years in a row. I mean, I think last 6-7 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, they had teams with losing records in the East making the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, but still, I don't feel like he got a fair shake at being as good as he could have been.
I agree. Goran Dragic.
Solid starter.
Yeah. He aged really well.
He's been good everywhere he's went. Fortunate he got injured before the finals last year.
Yeah.
So he was playing well. It really hurt the Heat. Funny story about Dragic there is D Rose dunked on him so bad in the game, and that was my wallpaper on my phone for forever. I mean, it was filthy.
That was 2 feet off of 2 feet on the break. He's tough.
Off of 2 feet on the break.
Bro, tomahawk
nasty.
Or behind the head or whatever. That's It's tough. But Kyrie Irving, maybe another controversial one.
This guy has all the tools to be the best of the best, but he's a basket case.
Yep.
I mean, you never know what somebody's dealing with.
Yeah.
I mean, did this man act like he was all crazy, so nobody wanted him in a trade to get James Harden to the Nets? I mean, that's something you don't know, and they're not going to tell anybody. Right. Obviously, that doesn't have anything to do with his basketball ability, but whole Boston situation was crazy. I mean, obviously, we're debating between this guy's best of the best or a star.
Right.
Nothing below that. But I think star.
Yep.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. Him and Damian Lillard. Ugh.
Well, I mean, I think he could be best of the best, but I think he's better than Damian Lillard. But the thing is, you get Damian Lillard, you get someone who's shown up for 82. But you get Damian Lillard, you get someone who's shown up for 82 games, playing every game. You get Kyrie Irving. I mean, he might play 2 games this week. I mean, he might
play 60.
Yeah, I mean, he might have a birthday party to go to. You never know. I mean,
yeah, he might just have a birthday.
Yeah,
he might have a flat Earth convention.
Yeah, you never know.
I think star.
Yeah, Luka.
Star. I mean, was it his 3rd year?
Yeah, or second. One of the
transition to the top. Second or I can't remember. I think it's his 3rd.
It might be. I literally don't know.
He's going to be good. Are the Mavericks ever going to be anything good around him? Who knows?
Right.
At least the Mavericks have a decent owner who wants to win, but they're not good right now. They're not good.
That's true.
I think if they got a better record to me, then this may bump him up. But if your team's not good,
it can't be best of the best.
It kind of affects where you're going to be at for me.
Yeah, I agree. Luka, best of the best. I mean, right now he's not. I wouldn't say, but 2 years down the road.
I agree.
Yeah.
Years, who knows?
He's a stud. Frank Ntilikina.
And shoot, if we was making this, I don't even know who that is.
Well, I'll put him for you. He's the worst player on the list. He is bad.
Okay.
He don't even like.
That's what I was gonna put him unproven.
Yeah.
Who's he play for?
He plays for the Knicks, so there's a start right there. Knicks fans, I follow this thing called like the Knicks Are a Joke on Instagram, and it's run by like 3 Knicks fans, and every day they post about how someone else needs to be starting over Frank Ntilikina. So it's actually hilarious. They'll post pictures and they'll be like, "Yeah, good trade for Giannis," and then they said like Frank Ntilikina signed Taj Gibson jersey and an old sucker, and it was like, and Frank was just a picture of a brick, like wasn't even a picture of him.
That's tough.
DeJounte Murray.
He's good. He's from one of my old teams there that I used to be a fan of.
Yeah.
He's young. I think average, below average.
Yeah, I agree.
Or a solid starter, somewhere in there.
I think he's good, but yeah, I think I actually messed up a few of these. I don't know. What's it called? But no, yeah, I agree. He is he's average. He's yeah, he's average. He yeah. I don't know what I was gonna say about him, but he's really tall. I got messed up.
Is he tall?
He is. He's like 6'6". But Kobe White.
Rest of my list. Who what? See, here's the thing. He plays for my Bulls.
Yep.
So, I think he's good.
He is.
He could be a solid starter. He's not anything else. I think average right now.
Okay.
I think the whole coaching carousel that the Chicago organization went through last year, even the year before that, hurts the organization as a whole. Billy Donovan is one of my favorite coaches. Going back to his time at Florida when he won those back-to-back national championships. And I think the Chicago Bulls and Kobe White are in good hands with Billy Donovan. I think he can only go up there.
I do too. He has a lot of potential. But potential is really weird because you look on Instagram, social media like influences potential weirdly because like you see like a 6'6" point guard, they're like, oh, this guy has potential. Like, okay, just because he's a 6'6" point guard doesn't mean he has potential. Like, let's all calm down for a second. But no, Kobe White actually does. He is, and he's a legit 6'5" point guard.
Well, that's what I was gonna say a minute ago before you said Devontae Murray. There is that because you talking about Luka being like 2 to 3 years from now.
Yeah,
best of the best. If we was making this list, LeBron was at Miami. No, D Rose would have been best up there. I mean, the dude was a certified stud.
Yeah,
and so you never know.
That's true.
Hopefully not. But any one of these guys could get injured and be over.
Yeah.
So potential's you just saying potential's a weird thing to even talk about.
It is. It really is. And, like, that's the worst label. Like, Lonzo Ball, he's coming up. Just because people are 6'6" and they play point guard, a lot of them don't have point guard abilities. You know what I mean? So it's like, how does he have potential?
Yeah.
He has potential to be a shooting guard that brings the ball up the floor. Like, Lonzo Ball does have point guard potential.
Well, at least Lonzo can pass.
Yeah. That was... He does have point guard potential. Like, DeJounte Murray, like, does not have point guard potential, but he is a 6'5" guard. But, like, a good example, like LaMelo. LaMelo's a 6'7" point guard, and everyone's like, oh, but like LaMelo has like a legit handle. Like Ben Simmons, they're like, oh, he's 6'7" or 6'9", he can handle the ball, but like he can just handle it. Or like same with Lonzo, like they can just handle it well enough that people can't take it from him. But like LaMelo, he has a legit handle.
LaMelo's 6'7". He at, bro? He on this list.
He's injured. He would.
He just started.
Yeah.
He just got starting like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So
yeah.
But anyways,
and then he got injured. Like he's out for the season.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Darius Garland.
Dude didn't even play last year, did he? He get hurt?
No, he played. He played.
Okay. I forgot the Cavs were irrelevant.
They are. It's sad. Yeah, last year he averaged 12 points and 4 assists, and he's currently averaging 17 points and 6 assists. It's pretty solid.
Okay, average.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I mean, ceiling's high.
Yeah, the Cavs. It's not a conversation to talk about the Cavs.
The Cavs are just the Cavs.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't know.
We'll be here all night.
We won a championship, and then LeBron just left, and we suck. Yeah. Patrick Beverley. Tyler Burke, what?
This guy. Defense is good.
Yep. That's about it. Yeah. Yeah, he's.
I mean, you want somebody to lock somebody up, to be a parasite.
I mean, maybe lock them up.
Annoying.
Maybe get a tech.
Get under their skin. I mean, he's a irritator. Some people can't handle that, and they start going all crazy.
I agree.
So I'm gonna go. Shouldn't be a starter.
Okay, I agree. He is.
Here's the thing, though, right? Also, do not like the Clippers. So
I don't either.
So there's that.
And I don't like Patrick Beverley. But Lonzo.
Lonzo's done a lot fixing his shot. Was a wasted pick. The Lakers, I think.
I agree.
Marball, LeVar, my bad. Freaking, strong-armed him into that with all his antics and his craziness. Lonzo's good.
I agree.
Fixed his shot. Proves he's working to get better. He's playing well for the Pelicans last year. Not really so much. Don't know so much this year. But I think he's average.
I agree. Lonzo is, I don't know. But the man who needs no name, Steph Curry. No introductions.
No introduction necessary. Best of the best.
Yep. He is unreal. Actually unreal.
I'm going to revisit what I said earlier about when you said Trae Young.
Yeah.
There are similarities in their game. Obviously. Clearly, anybody with a pair of eyes can see that.
Right.
There will never be another Steph Curry.
I agree. I think
because I think there might be somebody that's a better shooter that's just as good as him, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But what Steph Curry did was revolutionize the game of basketball.
Yeah.
You can only say that about certain few people. And he's one of them.
I agree.
So the man, the Golden State Warriors, essentially eliminated the center position for 6 to 7 years in the NBA.
Yeah.
Just nobody was there. There was no need.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Who are they going to guard? Nobody.
Yeah.
So when you revolutionize the game of basketball, you got to be up there. They didn't put rules in place for him specifically, but if the NBA specifically goes out of their way to make a rule, or you change the way the game is played potentially forever, you're god tier.
Yeah, I agree. Steph Curry is I think Trae Young, Michael Jordan is like the only Michael Jordan. There'll never be another Michael Jordan. But Kobe's the closest thing you can get to him. And if Trae Young, continues to improve, it'll be like that to me. Like Jordan and Kobe. I mean, I don't think he's going to be at that level. I don't know if he can get to that level. Only because he plays for the Hawks. I mean, he gets a better team, of course. Definitely get to that level. But you get held back to a certain extent. When you're playing
you got to remember when the Warriors drafted Steph Curry, though, they were just as bad as the Hawks. Yeah. So, but, all that starts with the general manager, the owner, and how those people want to proceed and go about it. Because if you look at it, Golden State, when they won that first championship, he built that team.
Yeah.
The draft. Sure. I mean, did it the right way. Built him through the draft, and anybody has the potential to do that if they're a well-run organization.
That's true. We have double the amount of viewers we had earlier. We have 16 viewers and a lot of questions. So Clay said Luka is not top tier. Are we joking? He wasn't feeling Luka not being in the top tier.
That's why we put him in a star.
Okay.
I don't think he's...
You don't think he's what?
I mean, I don't think he's best of the best, but he's definitely a star, especially in Europe.
Yeah.
He's probably the most fundamentally sound player in the NBA.
Yeah, currently.
All those guys who come from Europe are taught fundamentals from knee high up, where you get a lot of athleticism.
That's very true.
In the United States.
That is very true. So some of the questions we got. I don't know which one to start with. Some of these are terrible.
Whatever. What at me.
If Sapp could have one superpower, what would it be?
I don't know. Probably be invisible.
Invisible?
Or I don't know. That one sticks out.
Yeah, for sure. You get away with a lot of things when you're invisible. I mean, you walk through walls, you walk into the store.
Well, I just like I'm a nosy person.
Yeah.
In some ways. So just to be able to be a fly on the wall in some conversations and stuff would be interesting.
That's true. I would pick super speed because I'd love to be in the Olympics, and just obviously you can't just outrun everyone like that, but you get to control it a little bit, okay, just enough to pass this guy right here. What was Sapp's role model as a kid and why?
I had a lot of, most time, obviously, athletes and that kind of stuff. I was really, obviously, any kid in the 90s was big on Michael Jordan. I was 7. He retired the second time, the Bulls in '98,
Yeah.
and then kind of watched him with the Wizards and that kind of stuff. So I kind of missed early days boat because the year they won their first championship, I was not even born. So
Yeah.
Obviously Michael Jordan, of course, just because of who he was and what he did and the message that and the toughness and that kind of stuff. But as far as later on in life, middle school, high school kind of stuff, Brett Favre was one of my favorite players in the NBA or in the NFL. Jesus Christ, I've been talking about NBA all day. Really, really like Brett Favre a lot. His mentality, just how he was like old school quarterback.
He was.
He had no idea what a nickel defense was. None of that fancy stuff. He just, hey, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna throw the ball down the field, and I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
And a gunslinger mentality. That's what I really, really, really liked about him.
I respect that.
And I really was big into coaches at a young age too, just because I always wanted to do that. So I really liked Phil Jackson. I liked Billy Donovan. What's the guy? I just drew the guy at Syracuse.
2-3 zone mastermind.
Bohan, Bam. Really liked him a lot. Yeah, 2-3 is really good up there. But really liked the coaches a lot. I was not a big Kobe fan in high school. I think that was just because like everybody else was big Kobe fans.
Yeah.
I was like, at it. But once I got kind of older and understood how much work he put in, then you kind of get that respect for him. And still, you don't see how hard he worked in game until you watched him play live, because the camera is not always on him, and that man was constantly moving, setting up stuff. It's just fantastic, hard worker. And so obviously later in high school, Kobe became one.
That's true. Kobe is probably one of the.
It was a very long answer.
Yeah, you're good.
We went to watch, me and my wife, to Orlando to watch the Lakers and the Magic play. Dwight Howard's return to Orlando since when they traded him.
Yeah.
And that place went crazy when they called him. Just boos everywhere. That man had it sucked because I was there to watch Kobe, and this man just passed D. Howard the ball the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Dwight Howard had like a 20-20 game that game, or Kobe didn't even shoot. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, that would be disappointing.
Still a good time.
For sure. What? Some of these questions are actually unreal. If Sapp had an extra hour of free time every day, what would he use it for?
Extra hour of free time. So like 25 hours in a day?
Yeah.
Or just one other?
25 hours in a day.
Oh, that's tough.
Like 1 hour before like you go to
day.
bed or something.
Hour before you go to bed. It's tough because no. Go to bed so late already. You know what I'd probably do? Is get an extra hour of sleep.
Okay.
with that time because I don't go to bed till midnight usually.
Wow, yo!
Once I go.
When I asked that question, Clay predicted the answer. Bro, I asked the question and Clay commented sleep. I don't know
funny.
the answer. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, because me and Clay talked about that the other day because I told him I'll play Warzone, until 11:30 or midnight, and then go to bed and get up at 6:15. So, yeah.
I respect that. So, yep, I'm not gonna ask that one. Let's see. Please answer why Luka isn't the best. Seriously. The guy. Callum said you voted Trump. Some of these questions are actually. Oh, what is Sapp's favorite finger food?
Favorite finger food. That's a broad. Most of the things I eat are finger foods.
Yep. Same.
Would say buffalo wings.
Buffalo wings? Like boneless or bone in?
Buffalo wings. Who cares?
Really?
Just give them to me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Question. What do you prefer? What's better? Boneless or bone in?
I like both. Boneless is obviously easier on the go because you don't have to get the sauce over your hands and that kind of stuff. But I guess I would take boneless most of the time.
Yep.
Because there's more meat on them, but it's not really a wing. It's chicken breast cut into nuggets. Yeah. That's technically a wing. So
that's what I was gonna say. I agree. Like boneless is better because it's more situational. Like if you have like a bunch of time, eat bone in, but you gotta get more bone in because they're hard to eat. You don't get as much meat off of it. You gotta. If you're in the car, like
the bone in are usually cheaper too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bone in are much better if you have to.
B-dubs, get bone in.
Yeah. Or if you're like Austin Holloway and you go to B-dubs, you get a cheeseburger. So I mean.
Burger.
I guess it just depends on what you're going for. Favorite rapper?
Well, I have 3.
Axel, you just predicted my next question.
Particular order. What?
Never mind. Just continue. My bad.
Okay. In no particular order.
Eminem.
Lil Wayne. And Kanye.
Okay. That's a solid list.
And like, if you want to look at new age stuff, because Drake dropped his first album when I was in high school. Well, the year after I graduated high school. So Drake's up there too. I like Drake.
Axel.
4. There you go.
Axel actually predicted my next question. He said, "What's Sapp's favorite movie?"
Okay. I know. I just get off on tangents here and give you all kinds of crazy stuff. But anyways, comedy. Me is a comedy. I mean, it's funny. But oh brother, where art thou? Could watch that movie.
Wait, what movie?
All day, every day. I have brother, where art thou?
Oh, okay.
Really good. Come out in 2000. George Clooney in it.
What's a good movie? Like, what's just a good movie? Like off the top of your head.
Good movie off the top of this thing. I will say this one because I was already thinking about it to put in with my favorite movies. But Saving Private Ryan.
Yo, that's crazy. It just came on Netflix.
Shawshank Redemption. I actually watched it on Netflix Friday night.
Yeah.
Saturday one. Go to sleep.
Crane wants to know why J. Cole isn't in your best rapper.
Like J. Cole. I like a lot of his songs. When if I actually have a lot of J. Cole songs on my playlist. Just when I think who I want to listen to, like it's those three first, then Drake. I like J. Cole. But,
I got you.
I dig some Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne is good. That Upward
If I was
song,
making
you got me hooked on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I was doing like a 2012 to now list, Cole would be on it.
I got you.
But people don't remember how. Especially you guys, because you guys are all young. You don't know how good Lil Wayne was in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Just he had a song called "Best Rapper Alive," and he was.
That's a fair reason. Come out with a song like that. I mean, yeah, that's J. Cole. And quoted something about being the best in one of his songs, though. He did do that. What song was that? What's that recent song? I don't remember. But yeah, he did. I forgot what it was though.
Thing I will say about J. Cole too is anytime you can incorporate a George W. Bush quote into a song, it's a good thing.
Yeah. What? These questions, some of them are get you fired.
That's inappropriate.
Yeah.
Most of those are probably coming from Callum.
Callum and Bryson. Okay, Sapp, if you could meet one NBA player, and this will be the last question before we end it, but if you could meet one NBA player and spend 24 hours with them, dead or alive, who'd it be? Kobe? I think I have to.
I don't have a long fancy for that. I feel like one word sums that up. That's just his name.
Yeah.
So.
No, I agree. Kobe is.
Because Miss Jill actually, because I got the ESPN news briefing about his death on a watch, and I just saw Kobe, and I was like, okay, well, whatever. I just swapped it away because LeBron had just passed him scoring list like 2 nights before, so I figured it was some video about that or something,
Mm-hmm.
And then we were in the middle of practice on a Sunday, and she came over there, and I walked over there to her, and she told me that Kobe had died in a helicopter crash, and I don't even remember anything that happened practice after that.
Yeah.
We were essentially done. We were shooting, but like that sucked.
Yeah.
It was a rough little time there.
That's actually yeah, that was my answer, but that's actually the same way I found out after practice. Coach Sullivan just told us all, and I was like, it's hard to believe at first
because we were having practice at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. But Kobe
Absolutely.
He's a different breed. Like, you listen to some of the stories, like, people like, oh, I got up at, 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. to go see Kobe in the gym, and, like, he said he'd already been there 2 hours, so they're like, oh, what worked out with him? Like, this was like an Olympic story.
Yeah.
Like, this guy worked out with him at, like, 5 a.m., but he woke up at, like, 3. Kobe was already there at 3, and then he came back, and Kobe was supposed to get another workout with him at 11, and So that's like 6 hours later. And he has an Olympic game at like 1. And the guy 2. The guy goes, why would you want to work out before the Olympics game at 11, like 2 hours before the game? That's weird. So the guy goes, he went home after their workout from 3 to 5, and he gets back, and he comes back to the gym at like 10:45-ish, and he goes, wow, Kobe was already there a little early. He goes, I was proud of him or whatever. He goes, so I went up to talk to him. I was like, so how'd you sleep last night? How was last night? And the guy goes, what do you mean sleep? He goes, I haven't left the gym yet. And the guy goes, you haven't left yet? And he was like, no, I've been here like last 6 hours. It's just crazy.
Yeah, there's all kinds of crazy stories about like that.
Yeah, his work ethic is second to none. Clay has one last question. Favorite TV show growing up?
Growing up. I thought you were just going to say favorite TV show. Well, that's easy. That's that 70s show. But even though I was younger, that show started, I really didn't discover that TV show until I was a senior in high school. But growing up, I watched a lot of Boy Meets World and Growing Pains, Disney and ABC Family. Those are the two big ones that stick out. I watched a lot of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air too. That was a little older though, but I watched Boy Meets World a lot when I was elementary school, middle school.
That Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is a really good show. Clay said Big Time Rush, and I think he was a little disappointed you didn't answer that. But I guess Clay doesn't realize you were like 20 when that show, 25 probably when that show came out.
When that show came out.
So I don't know if that's growing up.
I mean, I know what that show is. I can't say that I've ever watched it.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, I was in college when that show came out.
Yeah.
But I did watch a lot of Disney Channel shows. Too. Can't really think of any off the top of my head. I mean, like, Even Stevens and Impossible and that kind of random stuff. Watch that a lot. Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah. I
don't know most of no idea what any of those are.
I don't know most of these shows. Like when I was growing up, what's it called? I remember all I remember is waking up like all the time, like falling asleep, and whenever I wake up, like George Lopez would be on. Like I wake up at like 3 a.m. like George Lopez was on. I was like, what the heck? And like that's all. And Axel just commented George Lopez as I was saying that, which is so weird because it's the second time Axel has like said something right before I said it. So that is kind of weird.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I didn't really watch the George Lopez show. It's Full House.
Full House is good. I remember because when I was a kid, I only watched TV at I didn't watch like a lot of shows like everyone growing up like my age watched because I didn't like when I was like my parents they never really let me watch TV. Like I had a TV in my room, but like they were like, oh yeah, don't watch too much TV today or something, So like whenever I was a kid, I'd only watch TV like because it was usually nice outside or you go outside and do something, so I'd go outside. So I only watched TV when I like went to bed. Like before I go to bed, I'd turn on a show and it would always be like because it's like 8-9 o'clock then, so that's when it's like Nick at Night and they're playing like Full House, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was always on.
I didn't have till I guess I got to high school. I didn't have satellite or cable into my room. We had it in the living room, so I would just get a VHS tape or a DVD and watch the same movie every night to go to sleep with, like 3 weeks at a time. And that's why I can quote every line from Space Jam and Brother Where Art Thou, because I watched so much of them go to sleep.
Yeah. Who, Clay? Oh man. Yeah. What's up? I appreciate you coming on the podcast. It was a lot of fun, and maybe once the podcast gets a little bit bigger eventually, we'll have to invite you back again. You know.
Sounds good.
Appreciate all the people who came to watch, and we'll talk.